12 Conference Basketball. This is Across the Board with Jeff Grant here at SBRforum.com. Going to take a look at Wednesday night college basketball action. The Baylor Bears hosting the Oklahoma Sooners at the Ferrell Center in Waco, Texas. The Bears are 7 to 6.5 point, or 6.5 to 7 point home favorites in the betting market, while the total has gone downward from 137 to 136.5. A move that I think gives us a little value as we look to play the over in this game, and I'm about to tell you why. When you look at the Oklahoma Sooners, they've alternated wins and losses over the last 4 games. They're going to be looking to bounce back from a 67-54 defeat to the Kansas Jayhawks as 12.5 point road underdogs. They were really limited offensively in that game, but Kansas leads all of the nation in field goal percentage defense, so it wasn't very surprising that they were only able to muster up 54 points in one of the toughest venues in college basketball. 1-3 against the spread during that 4-game span. They have dropped 2 of 3 on the road in Big 12 conference play, and a lot of that has been attributed to the fact that they've allowed an average of 9.3 3-point makes in those 3 contests. That's not going to prepare them very well to face one of the better perimeter shooting teams that really hasn't stepped up to the plate in that regard yet, but I think they're really going to start showing their ways of knocking down some 3-pointers as the Big 12 Conference goes along this season, and that's the Baylor Bears, and they've really stroked it the last 5 games, hitting 42% of their shots from beyond the arc. The Oklahoma Sooners, one of the reasons I like the over in this game as well is they lead the Big 12 in free throw percentage at 76.3%, and they shoot 74.2% for the entire season. So I think they're going to be a little bit aggressive on the offensive end, trying to take it to the Baylor Bears on the inside, maybe possibly get them in foul trouble and try to get some easy points from the charity stripe. They did return 88% of the team scoring from a year ago. This team was one of the youngest teams under Lon Kruger in all of the nation during the 2011-12 campaign, but they managed to average 62.5 points in the 2 meetings against Baylor. I expect that to go up by about 5 to 8 points in this game, which should put us over this total. When you look at the Baylor Bears, 6-1 in their last 7 games. That includes a convincing 82-56 victory over the TCU Horned Frogs as 12-point home favorites. That's a score that really shows me that this offense is really coming together after losing some critical pieces on that particular end, including Perry Jones III from a team that went deep into the NCAA tournament last year. I think we're also getting value in betting the total over because Baylor does lead the Big 12 in scoring defense, but when you look closely at those numbers, they've played the TCU Horned Frogs twice. They're arguably the worst offensive team in the conference, and they've also played Texas Tech and Texas, also 2 teams that haven't really gotten it done on the offensive end. Guard Pierre Jackson, the Big 12 Conference preseason player of the year, is really still doing it on the offensive end like he did last year and has really carried it over into this season, averaging 18.7 points per game, and he scored in double figures in 28 straight games, so you know that what you're going to get from him on the offensive end. Also, freshman center Isaiah Austin has really come into his own over the last 10 games. He's averaging 15.7 points and 9.9 rebounds over that stretch. I think we're getting some value with the reasons I've already mentioned and the fact that last year's totals in this series were 139 and 145, with both going under the total. I think this one's going to break that streak and go over. My official pick in this game is over 136.5 in the Baylor Bears hosting the Oklahoma Sooners on Wednesday night. For any further information on this game or any other on the college basketball board, you can follow me on Twitter at Jeff Grant Sports. This has been another edition of Across the Board with Jeff Grant here at SBRforum.com.